I have spoken to you so far the how to choose a leader, and I've talked about the various paths of leadership. My friend, all these paths of leadership role in human society have their pros and cons. And what I have understood and noticed, found that leadership is all about, is just not about genetics. I have seen that the great fathers seldom have the great sons. So let's talk today the principle of election, one of the methods I've talked. A familiar form of election, my friend, is to have a secret ballot or show of hands as a formal vote, as it happens in trade unions, political parties, any clubs or society might do in electing a leader. The candidate having been either proposed or seconded or even self-nominated. How could the resultant designated leader prove to be the dependent upon, it depends upon two factors. Firstly, the leadership caliber of the candidates on, and the other is that the judgment and the wisdom of the electors. Whom do they select? Ideally, they need to know the persons concerned as an individual and also have a clear idea of what they expect out of him as a leader. You see, why at present leadership of basically of the political parties, it's like often all the candidates I've noticed in political parties, they lack leadership attribute, because each of them are simply fighting to win with and they actually have no attribute for leadership in any directions, either good or bad. Their aim is to win and acquire power. This underlying model of the political party is that it is a collection of assembly of ambitious individuals, I would say, of all vying for that victory to become some minister or MLA, MP or whatever. And once colleagues are seen either as a competitor for any office, if you are a party leader, actual or potential threats, you would feed the sharks that also day, and by the day they, otherwise they will eat you up. My friend, a similar mindset is often present in organizations, more or less, which gets beyond a certain tree line in one's upward career. The politics, very small, see, really is ugly. The political infighters in sometimes attended the same old theory, Darwin's lines of approach, as promoting the survival of the fittest. As one manager who made it on top wrote in his book, without any hint of self-satisfaction, he has to reach on top, and means don't matter. Similar thing happens, my friend, in any institution or organization. What your organization needs to check, however, is when you appoint a leader, or select a strategic leader, or electing a leader, is that those who reach on top are not merely the cunning appointment seekers who outmaneuvers the remaining horses in the race or apply their whips to rival a race. Those who occupy roles of strategic leadership, my friends, need to be the fitter fittest for the role, not those best at a head office intrigue. And for that, it is better you should know before you get into the electing somebody. You should enable you to do that. You should be able to ask the right question in order to determine who deserves to be chosen for a leadership post on a merit. Some instant suggestions comes to my mind, that all the approaches we have talked about that constitute the main body of the knowledge about leadership. Ask, does he or she naturally contribute to enabling a group to achieve its task and to manifest it as a cohesive and harmonious working team? Related to the group or team he or she will be leading, does the person have the right kind of professional knowledge, technical ability that will command respect? What is the evidence of data to support a positive answer? If task focused, does he or she finds time for team building and for individuals? Does he or she have the relevant experience to qualify him or her in her to lead at this level? Ask all these questions. Does the person exemplify the qualities required in and admired by those that he or she will be leading? Is there any issue about his or her enthusiasm or commitment, integrity, honesty, toughness or humanity, confidence or fairness? What additional qualities or characteristics have others have noted in this person? My friend, it is relatively easy to ask the right question, but it is much harder to get the accurate answer. And I have a simple clue to look for a pattern of behavior in that person that suggests that the present dispositions. For example, if a person is in earlier occasions have been calm, cool and collected, that means he has the potential. It is quite probable that he will be equally calm, cool, collected and unbiased in future also. But this is actually in probability. Human nature cannot become so mechanical that it should happen, but probably he will be. As some wise man has very rightly said it, the probability guides the decision of wiser men. Thank you very much.